Hey everybody, Bobby Deen here with another quick, simple recipe that I think that you and your family are gonna love. This is a baked bean casserole. Super simple, tasty, rich, satiating, and kids, adults, everybody likes it. And it begins with a little oil in a pan and some sauteed onion, like so many other great recipes do. A little oil, a little onion is the beginning of everything. So we're going to sweat these onions down for a couple of minutes. And while we do that, we'll go ahead and take a little break already, and then we'll come back and finish this up. There's nothing quite like the smell of onion sauteing in the kitchen. It's just the basis of so many good dishes. And I love that smell. These onions are sweating. They're doing really, really nicely. So we're going to go ahead and add a can of tomatoes. And we'll saute that for another minute or two. And I'm on about medium heat. Medium low, medium high, medium. That's where I live with lots of my cooking. I'd rather cook than scald. But the tomatoes immediately cooled everything off a little bit, so we're going to have to wait just a minute for that to come back up to temperature. So while that's happening, we'll talk about the rest of the dish. The beans, the baked beans, your choice. I'm using canned baked beans today. I'm using a brand that I trust and really like. And lots of you are familiar with them also. And then to that, we'll add a little brown sugar, a little mustard, and a little salt and pepper to taste. A friend of mine's mom, when I was in high school, used to make a baked bean casserole dish at their house that I loved so much. And it was basically this, but she added to it ground beef and maybe a sausage mixture. It was a blend of meats ground that she added to it. And oh my gosh, I could just eat my weight in it. Scott Farr, brother, if you are out there, I used to come there and eat your mama's baked bean casserole with the meat blend in it until it was coming out of my ears. You remember. So if you want to, my point is, if you want to, once you make this recipe the way that I'm showing it to you, take it and make your own after that. If you wanted to add meat to this, it would only fortify it even more. And if you're not a meat eater, then you'll really like this version of it. But play around with it and see what you like. See what your family likes. So the onion and tomato mixture is doing really well. And we've got some bubbles happening and some good scents going on. The onions are nice and sweated. So we'll go ahead and add in the brown sugar and a tablespoon of mustard. Work that in. Mustard, brown sugar, baked beans. These things are hand in glove together. You know, you might not know it, but when you're making hamburgers at your house, mustard is a good addition to the hamburger meat, just so you know, while you're blending everything together with maybe an egg and a little salt and pepper, a little mustard. It'll amplify things a little bit. I like it. So that's looking and smelling really, really good. We'll go ahead and add in our baked beans. Who likes baked beans? Me, I do. And not just at the 4th of July. I like all kinds of beans though, and legumes. I don't know about you, but I'll sometimes make a meal at my house just out of beans and rice. There's lots of good cold bean salads. Beans, good for your heart, you know. They're good for you. I like them. So this dish is going to be, you're wondering, I'm sure, this is a baked bean casserole. How are you doing a casserole in a skillet like this? Well, we are going to transfer our ingredients here to a casserole dish, and then we're going to bake it off. And now the trick will be, we talk about this with almost every recipe that we do, but folding these ingredients together and making them get married rather than, I don't want to beat my beans to a pulp. Sounds kind of funny. I just want to blend everything together and get it in a good relationship there. Now I'll add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. P, a little S. Yeah, pinch of both. Blend it all together real well. And I never got above medium heat here. You know, a few minutes, the oil and the onions, a few minutes together. And the tomatoes, a few more minutes. You can smell it, you can see it, you can tell when you're cooking. But I would rather cook than burn any day of the week. Okay, this looks really, really good, and it's very well blended together. And it's getting nice and warm. So I'll give that just a couple more minutes on the stove. We'll take a little break, and then we'll come back and put it in the casserole dish. Perfect. Smells so good. Already smells like a baked bean casserole. Nice and warm. Okay, so we're gonna add this to I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat. Add this to our casserole dish. And be careful, don't splash yourself or anyone else when you do this. And always pour away from you. Remember that. So you can imagine how you could up this with ground sausage, ground beef, game if you like, you know, venison or elk, or I eat a lot of elk. I like that. Not that we have it in our region. I have to order it, but elk and buffalo are two of my favorites. You're not getting that out of it that easy there. Last little bit. Wonderful. And boy, we are pushing the limits on that pan. That casserole dish. All right, so, we are right at the tippy top. So, into the casserole dish, we're gonna cover it with some tin foil. And we're gonna bake this off. I'll wait until I stop crinkling the tin foil. That's hot, so we don't slosh that on ourselves or anyone else. So we'll carefully put this into the oven. We'll bake it at 350 for 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll take the tinfoil off and we'll bake it for another 15 to 20 minutes to get it nice and golden brown on top. So let's go to the oven. Our baked bean casserole is out of the oven. It is hot, fresh, and delicious looking. I haven't tasted it yet, but it looks really, really good. The only thing that we didn't do, was put a couple of strips of bacon on top before we baked it. But if you'd like to do that, you can. You can see how it's not quite tightened all the way up. It's just perfect. After this sits for a few minutes, it'll be just right. Oh, this is so hot, I'm a little nervous about tasting it. I don't want to have scalded tongue, but let's see. Let's have a barbecue, y'all. It's great. That's ready for your rack of ribs that are just about to come off the grill. All right. Happy summer. Enjoy.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.